After you finish your project, I would like you to take your vocal sample, your vocal track, and save it as a loop in your library. Here's how you do that. You take your mouse and hover it over that region and click Edit. And at the bottom, you'll see Add to Loop Library. And I'm going to add it. I'm going to call it Ba Da. And this happens to be in the key of E minor. Yours might not be in a specific key. If your thing is just a really short thing where you just go ba and you want to save that as a loop, you would save that as a one shot. This one is actually longer than that. Then I'm going to add it. This way, when we start our new project where we are chopping and reversing our own words, you will have your track saved in your loop library and you won't have to do anything magic to transport it into your new project. So I'm adding it to the loop library. It's going to take just a second to do. Once you've saved your sample and you're ready to start working on chopping and reversing your own spoken words, you're going to be opening up the Ba-Da-Da Chop Reverse project. In your case, you're going to have a blank track. I've got stuff in here because I actually cheated a little bit and already created something with this wonderful vocal track that I'm going to be using. So what you will do is you'll go to the loops, you'll click on there, and you can go right to My Loops and get your loop. I'm just going to drag this right in here. Yours will be able to drag right at the top. You notice that it drops as 2 loops. You only want to have 1 loop in order to get it into it and chop it. You'll close the loops browser so that you got as much space as possible in what I like to call the playground. And then I urge you to enlarge the space so that you can see the waveforms really, really well. You're going to bring the playhead as close to the beginning of the waveform as you possibly can, and that's when you're going to start to chop. It will work best for you if you turn off the magnet in the top right-hand corner. See how it goes on, turns off again. That allows you to move the playhead with as much fluidity, as much ease as possible. I'm going to make this as big as a little bit bigger so I can really see where the start of this word is. I'm going to put the playhead right where I want to chop it. I click on Edit, split the region, get rid of the silence before this, and then I'll go in and listen to it and chop it up the way that I want to chop it. I have pre-chopped this little sample just so that I can play for you what I've done with it, and you'll see what I have done with it and how I've reversed things. So I'm going to unmute the tracks so that you can hear what I've done. I'm going to shrink it down a little bit so that you can, here we go. Now we can kind of see what's going on. I put a filter called Ghostly Whisper on this track so that there's a little bit of an echo on the mic. I found a bass, kind of an EDM bass and an EDM like a percussion beat. Then I also have in my own loops, I have a whole bunch of sound effects from Star Wars. So I used a little Star Wars stinger there. And then you'll also see down here the 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth track down. I put some, I used another part of the original sample and turned things around. The first 3 times that you hear the sound sample, it's going forward. And then the last couple of times you'll hear that the sung part is going to be reversed. Now, since one of the requirements for this project is to reverse some section of whatever you've chopped up, I need to show you how to reverse. Sometimes your section, sometimes your little region is going to be so small that you won't be able to see the edit control on your region. So in order to make it big enough to see the edit command, you have to go down to the bottom right-hand corner, hit the plus sign until your little chopped up sections are big enough that that edit command pops up. Click on that, and then you can go down to where it says reverse. Click on that, and you'll be able to hear your little chopped up section going in reverse. This is what the project looks like that I put together. And you will hear some of the sample that I chopped goes forward and some of it's reversed. So you'll choose what you want to go forward, what you want to have backward. Sometimes you have to be in the middle of working on it before you know actually what you want to do. So let me just play you what this sounds like.
I be loving it.
Take time to make this project enjoyable and really explore how to chop and reverse your vocals. In our next project, we're going to be taking samples out of Shaft in Africa, which Just Blaze mentions in the video that we watched earlier today. So I really want you to have a good time playing with your own voice before you start to mess around with other people's creative efforts. Take time, have fun, be well, and do good. I'm looking forward to seeing what you make.
I be loving it.